Hey guys, what's happening here? I want to talk to you about how to get out of a funk. Have you ever had times in your life where it wasn't flowing? You felt drained, you felt kind of sluggish, you felt blah, you didn't really, you were clouded about some decisions to make and you weren't really sure what to do. And, stuff like that can put you in a funk, take you out of your mojo, take you out of your momentum, take you out of your power, take you out of your flow. Friends, everybody take a deep breath with me real quick. Relax, man. In other words, of course, in a perfect world, we wake up every single day on time, early. All those that I'm waking up at 5 a.m. every day this week, and, we hit the gym and we're super positive and we're just flowing and we're getting things done and we're making money and, we're traveling and family's going great. Well, of course, who wouldn't want that, right? But then, as you guys know, life has its ups and downs, and there's just times when you get into a funk. Well, I'm going to pull you out of the funk today, but let's first identify why. Why would you be in a funk? Well, I've identified 7 reasons why I've ever gone into a funk myself. Number 1 is demonic oppression. Guys, we are in a very spiritual warfare. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of especially if you're on a mission, if you're a prayer warrior, if you're planning on doing big things with your life, making a big difference in people. Of course, there's going to be demonic oppression. There's a lot of spiritual activity going on in your life, my friends, that you're not even aware of, okay? Number 2 is indecisiveness. This is a big one. A lot of you are in a funk because you're currently being indecisive about something in your life, okay? And then number 3 is the lack of habit mastery. One reason why some people get into a funk, why I've gone into a funk, is because, I wasn't mastering my habits. Here, the bottom line is, take a look at your last 14 days. If you did all your habits and you got good sleep and you exercise, there's a really strong chance you're not going to be in a funk. And then honestly, guys, number 4 is sometimes you're just exhausted physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And this is where a lot of you've got to really take my advice. When you recognize that you're in a funk because of exhaustion, one of the things that I used to do is just keep going. Think I could work my way out of it, push my way through it. More mental toughness, more discipline, more focus. And the bottom line is, when you reach a point in your life when you are mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally exhausted from the battle, that can put you in a major funk. And then one of the number 1 reasons, number 5, is you just simply disconnect from source, from God, from your spiritual practices. And then number 6 is there's probably a chance you're hurting and you just need healing. One of the reasons why some of you are in a funk is because your heart's still broken. You're still healing. Healing moves energy in our body. Healing takes time. Healing hurts. And then another one of the reasons why some of you are in a funk is because you're in the wrong environment. You're around the wrong people. Take a look at those 7 things. Which is it for you? Comment below which is the number 1 that you're personally struggling with. And I love this little comment. I'm retired. I was tired yesterday and I'm tired again today. You guys ever feel that way? I love this one. What if the rain ruins our hill? Then we'll build again. And what if it rains after we rebuild it? Then we'll build it again. That's really the kind of mentality you've got to have. That even though you're in a funk, you're coming out of it. You're getting back. The joy, the vibe, the power, the flow. It's all coming back, right? So here's a couple good things that you can do to guarantee you get out of a funk. Is number 1, get good sleep. I got to tell you a story. There's been times in my life when, with all the positive thinking, all the exercise, all the affirmations, all the flow, money, I'm still drained because sometimes I would neglect my sleep. Don't do that to yourself, friends. Take a look at this here. How can I get mad at him for sleeping on the job? It was me who told him naps were good for his health. Does that ever feel like you guys right there? Okay, another way to get out of a funk fast is to journal your feelings and talk to a trusted friend. Remember, it's all energy, guys. We are supposed to live our life full of peace in the present moment, zero bad juju about the past, and literally, like, what helps us get grounded, what helps us do this is journaling your feelings is huge. In fact, I love it so much it's become one of my daily practices because it really keeps me like it keeps my mind clear. It helps me really like get my feelings out. And then there's nothing like talking to a trusted friend, like just call and say, look, I'm in a funk. I need you to help me here. I love this right here, and this is literally one of my favorites. How do you want me to answer the question, Norm? As an attorney or your best friend? I love that one right there. Okay, guys? And then do something physical out in nature. You know, how amazing would this be? Take your wife or your man, go to the beach, and just enjoy a sunset. You know, in my case, go hike Camelback Mountain. Just get out in nature. A lot of times, get out in nature, getting some sunshine on your body, get moving your body, do something physical is really good for you getting out of a funk, okay? And then this is huge. Make a list of all the areas of your life where there is indecision. And it's the death of momentum. Any indecision that's in your life is the death of momentum and power and flow. And anytime that we are in indecision, it's going to zap us of our energy, and it's going to literally like put us in a funk, okay? So having a list and then just make decisions, okay? Get out of indecision at all costs in your life, and you'll watch your power come back. Now, one of my favorite things to do when I teach you guys is give you some Bible verses. And let me give you one of my favorites right here. Remember this. Proverbs 23 verse 7 says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. I know this is going to sound so simple. You've heard it 100 times. But your mouth is either speaking death or life. Literally, say that with me. My mouth creates life or death. Every single day you are speaking energies into existence. You're speaking realities into existence. You're speaking life into your family, into your finances, into your business. Or, sadly, a lot of you are speaking death. Okay? Here's one of my favorites. This will really help you, and this has helped me a lot. It's Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren. Now watch this, guys. Whatsoever things are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, or good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. See, guys, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about all your problems? Are you thinking about the fear of the future? Are you thinking about who you're angry with? Are you thinking about how bad life is, how bad you were hurt? Or do you think about things that are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, a good report? Good report, right here, a good report. How many of you literally think on things that are like powerful, happy? And this is why, like, I would keep a list of all my answered prayers, and just throughout the day I would remind myself of how many thousands of times God has come through for me, and I would just remember the good things of my life, and thinking on those things will always pull you out of a funk. And so he gave us a list of six things to think about. Think on these things. Okay, I love that right there. All right, now, of course, you know this. Proverbs 23:7. It says, as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. So it's not just you thinking with your mind. It's letting your thoughts go down into your heart and turning it into a burning desire, turning it into an obsession, letting thoughts get into your soul. Because if you do that, you're going to become what you think about, especially if you think thoughts that get into the heart. You do that with feeling. You do that with belief, okay? Now watch this. I want to remind you of this. 1 Corinthians 10:3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. In other words, they're not earthly, but they are mighty through God. Watch this, to the pulling down of strongholds. Listen, some of you can go to the beach, you can do yoga, you can watch a funny movie, you can pour yourself a cup of coffee, light some candles, take a nap. But the bottom line is you're not going to break through until you pull down strongholds. And how do you do that? Well, he gives us the formula. First thing you do is you cast down imaginations. You cast down every single thought or imagination that is against the knowledge of God, meaning any thought that's not powerful, that's not abundant, that's not like God has taught us to think thoughts that are powerful. He said, cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. Watch this. Bringing into captivity every thought. Bringing into captivity every thought. So in other words, you have a job to put your thoughts into prison. You're either going to throw them into your mind and then let them anchor down into your heart and soul and let them become beliefs, or you're going to put your thoughts into a prison that stays locked up. Call it a do not think jail, or do not, here, this thought, you're going to prison for life. You don't belong here. You're not allowed here. You've lost your freedom to wander in my mind. Whatever it is, it's all the mind. But watch this. So what are some of the weapons of our warfare? Well, praying in tongues. You know, last night, Caleb and Ryan and Brian and Colton and I, all young entrepreneurs, we start the day praying in tongues. We end the day praying in tongues. We pray in tongues before we go on sales calls. We pray in tongues before decisions. And if you're listening to this video and you've never had that experience, please stay open to it, okay? Look, speaking the Bible. A lot of you are all about reading the Bible, but there is a power in speaking the Bible out loud. Of course, total trust in God goes a long ways. The whole armor of God, I want to do a whole teaching on that because there's actually some really powerful stuff. Winning souls, living a missions lifestyle, and then taking breaks from the intensity. You know, those 7 things will help you immensely as far as like flowing through the energy, through the funk, through the oppression, the warfare, okay? Is making sure that you're speaking the word, you're praying in tongues, you're trusting God and not your own intellect. You're praying the armor of God. You're out there winning souls because that's what keeps you victorious and powerful. Look, when we baptized that guy the other night, man, it shot through me like electricity. And then living a missions lifestyle. It's kind of hard to be in a funk when you're constantly giving and serving people. And then, of course, this is huge. You do need to take some breaks. Speaking of a break, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. Why don't you do this, okay? If none of that pulls you out of a funk, I guarantee you, serving at a Maddix missions trip in America, you will. In fact, we got one coming up literally in 22 days in Scottsdale, Arizona on September 27th through 29th. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a real legit actual missions trip experience where you get hands-on training and hands-on experience serving the homeless and feeding the poor and healing women in battered women's shelters that have been raped and abused, healing children that are sick, healing fatherless kids. It's going to be a weekend of transformation, miracles, healing. Your finances will be affected, abundantly positive. I believe that there's going to be physical healings at our Friday night rally at Maddix Missions. There's going to be financial miracles. So if you want miracles in your life and you're ready for the next level and you're ready to get out of the funk, then make sure you register to serve at a Maddix Missions. God bless you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me what was your biggest takeaway, what you enjoyed, what was the biggest help to you. And thanks for watching. Make sure you share this out. God bless you, my friends.